Now, the question we ask ourselves, how best can we be able to provide what is not in the soil? The moment you provide the balanced nutrition, let the crop grow, because now the objective changes.
A tomato farmer has always faced so many challenges. From seed selection, disease and pest control. But the worst challenge I've come across is the nutrition.
Yeah.
Because there are some people who usually lie to farmers that this one can grow from A to Z. And like Yara usually says, it's where knowledge grows. And it's nutritional knowledge. So what is there? What is in store for the tomato farmer?
Thank you. Yeah, like you rightly mentioned, tomato nutrition is still a challenge.
Yes.
You find that the variety description will tell you can harvest this many number of tons, for example, crates.
Yes,
but
yes.
when you go practically, you find that you are not there yet.
Very true.
So, and nutrition is one of the factors. Of course, there are other management factors like how you manage your pests and diseases.
Yes, yes.
All that.
Yes.
But nutrition is also a huge part.
Not just a huge, it's the biggest factor, because farmers have learned how to control pests, how to control diseases. The managerial practices of stringing them, tying them, currently they are perfect. Now the challenge comes getting the number of fruit, and getting those number of fruit is
that
nutrition.
That is where now nutrition comes in.
Yes, and that gives me 101 reasons to run to Yara and make sure that I learn, I grow this knowledge.
Yeah.
Not just for me, but also for other
farmers as well.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's true. And like we always say,
yes.
At the end of the day, what the farmer is trying to do is make his crops happy. If you make your crop happy, the crop will make you happy.
Yes.
You have to understand your crop. And that is where knowledge comes in.
Yes.
Yara invests a lot in knowledge, generating knowledge, creating new knowledge.
Yes.
Expounding on the knowledge that we have. And at the end of the day, we want to share all that knowledge.
Yes, 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 yes.
And what we have here is one of the ways that we want to showcase how best a farmer can manage the nutrition.
Yes.
And we want to take the farmer back to the basics. What does the crop need?
Yes.
When does it need it?
Yes.
How much does it need it?
Okay.
So if you understand those things,
yes,
you will be able to give your crop your best nutrition.
So now when you understand these steps, like you mentioned them, I also, in my capacity as an agronomist, I know these steps are applicable in different stages.
Exactly.
To start with, when a farmer plants, there is a farmer who's following us and want to do the transplanting tomorrow.
Yeah.
How do they nurture the young seedling? How do they take care of the young seedling?
Good. So as a farmer, you've already gotten your good seedlings.
Yes.
High quality seedlings, because that is very, very, very critical.
That is starting.
If your seedlings are of poor quality,
yes,
my friend, you will be struggling throughout.
And before they get the seedling, they've selected the best seed to their region, because different regions have different seeds.
Varieties, yes.
And they've raised the best seedling, either with a propagator or themselves. But I don't advise them to do it themselves. They do it with the propagator.
Yeah, let the professionals do it.
Yes. So we've gotten, Fred has gotten the best seedling.
Now you have clean seedlings, they are very healthy.
Yes.
Now we go back to what I had mentioned. The questions that as a farmer you need to ask yourself is, what do I want my crops to do?
What do I want my crops to do?
You've gotten your seedlings, they are very quality, they are of high level.
Yes.
What do you want to happen to these seedlings?
Okay.
One, you want them to get off to a running start.
Yes.
Plant, go. You don't want to plant and wait for it to struggle and, take so much time before it gets going. You want to transplant and it gets going.
Yes.
And that going, it needs to be a strong going. You need it to be strong.
Yes.
And you need it to be very healthy. Be able, in the process of growing, it also needs to be strong and healthy.
Yes.
To be able to protect itself to some extent against pests and diseases.
Yes.
So what we have done as Yara, we go back to our knowledge.
Yes.
Look at, to get it running fast.
Yes.
What will tomato require?
Yeah.
It will require A, B, C, D.
Yes.
To remain healthy and be able to protect itself against pests and diseases, what will tomato require?
Yes.
It require E, F, G.
Uh-huh.
So we come back with that information.
Yes.
Go back now to our local conditions.
Uh-huh.
You know, now we have understood what the tomato will need at that stage.
Yes.
The next question is, what do our local conditions, growing conditions look like?
The environment.
The environment where the tomato is going to grow.
Yes.
We look at the soil conditions
Uh-huh.
in a general kind of a picture.
Yes.
And when we do that, we start to see tomato will require B, C, D, but our soils do not have enough B or C.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's a stepwise approach.
Yes.
This is what it requires.
Yes.
This is what is in our soils.
Yes. Yes.
We do not have this in our soils.
Okay.
Now, the question we ask ourselves, how best can we be able to provide what is not in the soils to be able to cover that deficit?
Yes.
That is another point. The other one we have to ask ourselves is, what is the condition of our soil? If I put B and C that were not there, will the plant be able to access it? Because we understand there are some certain conditions in the soil that make it harder for plants to be able to extract nutrients.
Sure.
If you have very acidic soils, if you take some nutrients there, some of that will not be available to the plant.
Yes.
It will be locked up.
Very true.
We need to keep that into consideration when we are designing a product or a program for the farmer, for
Yes.
the tomato farmer.
Yes.
Now we've understood the tomato, we know what is in our soils
Yes.
and the conditions of our soil.
Uh-huh.
Now we go back,
Yes.
look at which product would be best suited for this farmer.
Mm-hmm.
Get the crop growing very fast
Yes.
and keep going very fast and healthy,
Okay.
but at the same time address what is not in the soil
Uh-huh.
and put in consideration that there are some certain conditions in the soil that would make whatever nutrients you are trying to provide
Yes.
not become available to the crop. So that is what we have done and come up with a product that we call the Yara Power.
Yara Power.
This is a compound NPK.
Yes.
Comes with NPK.
Yes.
It also comes with magnesium, sulfur, and zinc.
Uh-huh.
You find that our soils, especially where you're growing horticulture, magnesium, sulfur, and zinc,
Are not
will
present.
tend to be deficient.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And farmers will only try to focus on NP and K and forget these others.
Yes. Yes.
For a crop, if you do not provide a particular nutrient,
Uh-huh.
we have to remember that a crop cannot replace the role of one nutrient with another.
Yes. Yes.
It cannot say now, because you did not give me magnesium,
Yes.
but you gave me potassium, let me use more potassium to
Uh-huh.
do the work that magnesium would have done.
Uh-huh.
It does not work like that.
Okay.
Each nutrient has its own role and you cannot replace it.
Yes.
So the moment the plant realizes that there is a certain nutrient that is not available,
Yes.
it's only going to grow up to where that nutrient can support.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So no matter how much of all these other you've put,
Yes.
as long as there is that one nutrient that the crop requires,
Yes.
but has not been supplied,
Yes.
you see, at the end of the day, the plant will not be able to use this for the function of the other one that is
Yes.
not there.
Uh-huh.
So it will only grow and produce to that level
Okay.
of the lowest. These other ones, you might have provided them as required or even in excess.
Yes.
But as long as one of them is not there,
Mhm.
that is where we limit. So by providing such a compound product, we give these seedlings the very best of start.
Yes.
Get it going. You've gotten your nutrients to form the roots. You've gotten your nutrients to start that vegetative phase,
Yes.
and you are already strong and already going.
Uh-huh.
So that is how we start our crop.
So at that point, the young seedling will develop now to the next stage, which is vegetative stage
Yes.
without pressure.
No pressure.
Now picking up to the vegetative stage, is what you used in the planting stage enough for the vegetative, or we are going to introduce another product?
So now when it comes to tomato, we want it to form in a very particular pattern. You do not want it to become too vegetative.
Yes.
That will cause a lot of problems in terms of reproductive, in terms of crop health.
Yes.
You need to balance that vegetative growth and preparation for this crop to go into reproductive.
Uh-huh.
So what we do is provide enough nutrients at the start.
Yes.
We supplement at the foliar
Yes.
between the vegetative stage.
Uh-huh.
And this is only designed to form the branches that will form the load-bearing part of the plant.
Okay.
Yes. So the only difference now, the only other product that will be coming in
Yes.
is Foliar.
Yes.
Yara
So
Winner.
from you seeing from the first granule fertilizer you use,
Yes.
the basal application,
Yeah.
the other stage will concentrate much on foliar.
It will come about 2 to 3 weeks.
2 to 3
after
weeks.
that. What you put during transplanting
Yes.
is okay. It's going to satisfy that crop.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to come 2 weeks or 3 weeks later to come with another granule. No, the crop is already feeding. You've already supplied sufficient quantities. So
Yes.
it's okay. It's okay.
Uh-huh.
What now you want to do is to support that vegetative growth.
Yes.
Help it form more branches.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, this is where the fruits will come from.
Yes.
And that is where we come with the foliar.
With the foliar.
Again, it's a very, very specific foliar.
Yes.
It performs very specific functions. So for tomato, just before it starts to go into vegetative and to branching stage,
yes.
you come and apply that. What that will do is that it will stimulate more branches, stronger stems, and the stronger roots, and that robust stem to be able to hold all that weight. Now,
yes.
once that is going, until you approach now the first flowers,
yes,
that is now when we intervene again. Remember, everything, the moment you provide the balanced nutrition, let the crop grow. It has everything it needs. If you go the balanced approach way, everything is there.
Yes.
Let it grow. There is no need to come every now and then to correct. Maybe you need now to add something.
Yes.
Because you provided it already at the start. So let it be.
Okay.
Until you get to that budding stage when it's starting to go into reproductive phase.
Yes.
Because now the objective changes.
At budding stage, the objective stage.
The objective has changed.
And just to cut you short, which is this foliar? You're not mentioning the foliar. Which is this foliar that you're using?
Yeah. So this foliar is the Yara Crobust.
Yes.
It's a high phosphorus and zinc foliar.
Okay.
Comes with magnesium and potassium as well.
Okay.
So the combination of that nutrient, what it tends to do, it's not only providing the nutrients, but it's also inducing some physiological processes within the plant itself. So it goes beyond providing the 4 nutrients to influencing physiological changes within the plant.
Okay.
That's why I was saying it will be able to stimulate more root formation, a robust stem, and strong branches. That is the role that it will play.
Wow,
that is Yara Crobust.
Yara Crobust.
Yes.
Sound exciting. I've also seen it how it works in the field. It's a magical crop. As the name suggests, a crop boost. Yes. Then to the budding now. We jump to the budding.
Now at budding stage, now the objective is to ensure that it flowers correctly.
Yes.
There is no flower abortion, and the fruits that come do not drop.
Yes.
And most importantly for a tomato farmer, you are not getting blossom end rot in your crop. Because to control blossom end rot, unfortunately, you cannot control blossom end rot. By the time you see it,
yes,
it's
the damage has already happened,
and it's not reversible. It's not a process that you can now try to apply something to
reverse it. Yes.
It's a permanent one-way kind of a scenario.
Yes.
So this is at the stage that you start thinking about controlling blossom end rot. When they are forming buds, when they are flowering, when the tomatoes are very, very tiny.
Yes.
That is the only time you are managing or controlling or avoiding blossom end rot.
Okay.
Beyond that, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Those fruits will just be removed and thrown away.
Okay.
So at this stage, what you need to do is, like I mentioned, flowering. Make sure you have enough flowers.
Yes.
They are opening healthy. You know, in tomato, you can have actually, yes, it has flowers, but they are not healthy.
Yes. Yes.
So you need healthy flowers. There's pollination happening. The flowers are not dropping. And the fruits are also not dropping. And at the end of the day, like I mentioned, blossom end rot is the point that you control it.
Yes.
So here, what you need is a combination.
Of different products.
No, nutrients. Nutrient combination. Nutrient combination. You need calcium. Calcium is the most important nutrient when it comes to blossom end rot management. That is the only nutrient that is going to control your blossom end rot. Yes. You need calcium, and it needs to go into the tomato fruit when it's very, very, very young.
Okay.
You see, when the tomato fruit forms,
yes,
it usually comes with looks like it has some hairs on top, like some fuzz or something. It's not smooth.
Yes.
When the tomatoes are tiny, it's not smooth.
Yes.
And this is the only time that the crop or the plant is able to push calcium into the tomato fruit. The moment the tomato fruit becomes smooth, nice and smooth,
yes,
that's it.
At that level,
the amount of calcium going into the fruit is very, very minimal.
Okay.
So if it not get enough when it was hairy,
yes,
it will not be able to get enough calcium into the plant. That is why when we are designing the program, calcium has to come in at that stage when the fruits are very, very tiny. The other thing is you need pollination to happen. Boron is the driver of pollination. Okay. Without boron, pollination will not happen. And pollination, I don't mean pollen transfer, you know, pollen grains transfer to
from the stamen to the stigma.
Yeah, no, that is not what I'm talking about. Once the pollen lands, it needs to germinate and
grow.
Yeah.
Yes.
That process is driven by boron.
Okay.
If you do not have boron, yes, the pollen will land, but it will not germinate. So eventually the flower will not be pollinated, it will not be fertilized, and that is a lost flower. So that is where now boron comes in.
Okay.
For that, we have a product. It's called the Yara Winner. It's 100% soluble in terms of calcium and boron. Also has some nitrogen in nitrate form.
Yes.
And in nitrate form, this is a fast acting. The moment it goes into water solution in the soil, it's already ready for uptake by the plant.
Okay.
So you can literally apply it today, in the morning, in the evening, it's already in the plant. The plant has been able to take it. It's a very, very fast one.
Yes.
And it's very, very healthy for the soil. So that is the product we recommend. Yara Winner. Soluble calcium, add your boron, you also get some nitrate form of nitrogen to get your crop growing very, very fast.
Yes.
Now, you have what we have basically done so far is we started our seedlings off very fast.
Yes.
They were strong.
Yes.
We gave them the resources to become very vigorous.
Yes.
And produce flowers.
Yes.
And when the flower time came, we have made sure that we've produced healthy flowers. We have had them pollinated.
Yes.
We've had calcium to prevent flower loss, flower abortion,
yes.
and fruit drop.
Yeah.
So now what you have is a tomato plant with a lot of tomatoes.
Yes. Yes.
Now objective changes. How do I take care of all these tomatoes that have now developed within my plant?
Yes.
Now it's about size of tomato, ripening, taste, quality, shelf life. Those are our new objectives.
Okay.
Now to do all that, now the objectives have increased.
Yes.
You need now a more balanced kind of a product or a solution that will be able to provide all the nutrition that the crop requires. And remember, this is a heavy period in terms of feeding for tomato. So in poorly fed tomatoes, what will happen is that it's at this stage that you start to notice that your older leaves are starting to turn yellow and drop off. Because essentially what the plant is doing is because now it has babies. And to feed babies, sometimes a parent will sacrifice.
Not to eat
or eat a little and put as much as they can to the babies.
Yes, yes.
It's exactly the same thing that tomato plant will do. It will take the nutrients that it had put in the old leaves, transfer them into the babies and the new growing shoots.
Yes, yes.
That means they are sacrificing all the old leaves. So you see that your crop is now starting to show deficiency symptoms, the leaves are falling off, and such things. So to avoid that, you need a product that is more balanced. It's taking care of the fruit requirements.
Yes.
But remember, a tomato does not stop growing because it has formed flowers and has the first fruits. No, it keeps growing.
Yes.
So to the tomato, it needs resources to feed the tomatoes.
Yes.
To keep growing.
Yes. To
remain healthy.
Yes.
And to remain strong. Because now that load requires that the plant actually be strong to be able to carry it.
Okay.
And to do all that, we come in now with another different product. It's called Yara Winner.
Yara Winner.
Yara Winner is an NPK.
Yes.
Comes with magnesium, sulfur, zinc, boron, and manganese. So what you're getting is a wide range of nutrients at the correct time when the crop requires it the most.
Yes.
So what you do by applying that, you are serving all the purpose that we've mentioned. Keep the crop growing, feed the tomatoes that have formed, prepare the plant for more flowers, remain strong, and keep growing. So you are serving all those purposes with one product.
Okay.
You will find that if you do not provide a balanced nutrition for your crop at this time, the first fruit will be good.
Yes.
But after that, your yield will go down very, very fast. We want to keep this crop as active for as long as possible. If it's producing flowers and it's able to do that, and it's producing new fruits and they have good quality, as a farmer, it only makes sense that keep it going. There's no need to cut it short. Don't interrupt it. If it's doing its thing, let it go. So that is where now that product comes in. Yara Winner, compound NPK with secondary micronutrients. So now, we've had our first harvest. We are happy. The crop is doing very well. It's healthy. We come now to the other objective. Keep the crop productive for as long as possible.
Yes.
Yeah, it's giving you fruits. You're harvesting, you're getting money from the crop. You want to keep it you know, that money coming in for a longer period of time.
Yes.
We come with a program that combines the Yara Liver Nutrable that gives you calcium, boron, and some nitrogen.
Yes.
For new flowers that are coming up, you still need to keep them active.
Yes.
They should be healthy. The fruits must, the pollination must happen, and the fruits must take on the tree. And we don't want blossom end rot.
Okay.
Nitrable covers that. But at the same time, now you have a combination of fruits in different sizes at the same time that need to be fed.
Yes.
That's where now Yara Winner comes in. Now you combine these two, you mix them and apply them together. It's okay.
Yes.
They are compatible. There is no issue with mixing the two of them.
Okay.
And by doing this, you find that now for example, every 3 weeks, depending on your frequency of harvesting and the amount of harvest you're getting out, you can repeat this process every 3 weeks, because by doing that, what you're doing is stimulating more.
Yes.
Remember, once the crop realizes that there is resources are scarce,
yes,
it will start also to reduce its productivity. But if it realizes that, oh, I have the resources to keep going,
yes,
it will keep going.
Sure.
Until it realizes, now my resources are done.
Yes.
So if you're providing the resources to the crop,
yes,
it's happy.
Yes.
It's in a very happy world. The world is a good place. Life is good. It will keep growing and producing. So by doing that, now you extend the lifespan of your crop.
Yes.
It remains healthy. Remember, we are serving multiple objectives.
Yes.
It's not only, we're not only focusing in yield.
Yes.
We also want to keep it healthy, and we also want the quality to remain up there. You don't want the quality to go down or yield to go down. You want to maintain it at a high level.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, in summary, we start with the Yara Power, get it going.
Yes.
Very fast, strong, healthy, and we come in to induce more branches, give it energy to form flowers.
Yes. Yes.
Or with the Aravita Crobust. Then when the flowers start appearing, you go in with Nutrable. You want to promote pollination, healthier flowers, and you want to retain the flowers and the fruits. And most importantly, no blossom end rot. You don't want to do all that and then throw away your tomatoes because of blossom end rot.
Yes.
Then when the tomatoes are growing and ripening, you want to have a balanced product that serves multiple purposes.
Okay.
That's where Yara Winner comes in. You get your nice tomatoes, even uniformity in ripening, good taste, good shelf life. And then you have to keep repeating this every so often, depending on how heavy you are harvesting.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe I would recommend about every 3 weeks to a month, a combination of Yara Nutrable for the new flowers. And the Yara Winner for the fruits that are growing. Keep repeating that, alternating every 3 or 4 weeks, and you get a crop that is happy, that is producing for a very long time.
A farmer wants to prepare in the morning. Even before they come to the farm, they want to see the business part of it. And with this knowledge, like you're saying, Yara is where knowledge grows now. A farmer now is able to predict the returns. The 40 tons, the 100 tons, that is in the seed manufacturer's instructions. So with this, they can easily achieve whatever the manufacturer of the seed is talking about. Yes.
So essentially, what that program does, of course, like we mentioned earlier, the eventual yield is a factor of many things that you have to do.
Yes.
But if you do that, what you're doing is giving your crop the best opportunity for it to achieve its potential.
Yes.
It's like somebody's putting you somewhere to work, and they give you the best environment to work. Of course, you're going to be able to give your best.
Sure.
If the environment is not conducive and somebody is asking for your best, that is going to be a problem. So by meeting the crop requirements at each stage, what we have done is that we have given this crop a very close to perfect environment, from which it can thrive and show its best. At the end of the day, like I said, the farmer is trying to take care of his crop so that the crop gives him what he needs. Essentially, we are more like servants to the crop. You give me what I need, you will get something in return. If you don't give me what I need, my friend, I will also show you what you will see at the end.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Every time you are approaching any crop or you want to do tomato farming, know that you are the servant. You
are trying to make
the company that has employed with you. And now the nutritional plan is what we call the job description, the JD. If you fail to do this, you are fired. And the firing of tomato is the worst because it won't give you fruit.
I know, and it takes a lot of effort to grow tomato. So you can imagine putting all that effort.
Yes.
And then at the end of the day, you're told, my friend, you did not make me happy. So I cannot also not make you happy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I try to encourage farmers.
Yes.
We are trying to make the crop happy. That is what you are doing. Give it what it needs, and it will be able to give you what you need. And what you need is money.
Yeah, you need money.
And to feed people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you have to use all the ingredients to that will print your money.
And
this is the process of printing the money.
Yes.
And their papers, their everything, their signatures from who and who. And the biggest part of it is what Yara is providing.
For you to do that,
yes,
as a farmer, I have to remind farmers, you have to understand your crop.
You have to understand your
crop.
You
have to understand your crop.
Yes.
What does it need? Because most of the time the farmers will know what they want from the crop. I want yield fruits and healthy and this size and so many tons.
Yes.
But understand it. Take time to learn. You know, nowadays information, we have so many platforms for information. Learn.
Yes.
Come to you. They can look for Farm with Fred. You are literally a walking library in terms of knowledge for farmers.
Sure. Thank you.
Understand that crop. Once you do that,
yes,
you find that now you are able to make the best decisions for your crop, and the crop in return is able to take care of you. Yes.
Then before we part, what else? What more important away from nutrition? What else can farmers do to succeed?
Remember that it's a business.
This is a business.
Farming is a business.
Yes. You should always remember
that. A farmer is now the modern farmer is not somebody who just grows crop.
Yes.
He is an accountant.
Very true. The HR.
He is the HR.
Yes.
He is the manager. He is the logistics person. So everything it all has to come together.
Okay.
For farmers to be able to have a profitable enterprise.
Yes.
Yes, it's not. We are not in the age. It's no longer at the age where you pick a djembe in the morning, go just because you have a farm and you have a djembe. Now you say, I'm going to put these two together. A lot goes into now thought process and planning when it comes to that. Plan. Is it the right time to plant your crop?
Yes.
By the time you're harvesting, will you have the market for that crop? Or do you want to go through all that process, put in Power, Yara Power, Yara Vitacrobus, Yara Nitrabo, Yara Winner? You end up with very nice looking tomatoes, but there's no market for that. So that planning process, that management, that decision making process has to be incorporated to make it a success. Yes.
Thank you, Godfrey.
Thank you.
Thank you, Yara.
Karibu.
It's true, Yara is where knowledge grows. If you want to know more about Yara, they have several accounts across all the social media, from Instagram, from Twitter to YouTube. You can follow them at Yara Kenya. After following them, you need to get their contact. Just DM them, talk to them, so that you can get more knowledge about farming and grow your knowledge as a farmer. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that we can continue growing together. Bye.